Salute, salute. This is HadukenSharon. We are back with another show. Hope everyone is having a blessed. What is it? Salute, salute. My bad. Gotta mute that real quick. Um, Pretty sure. Yeah, it's Thursday or Wednesday. Um, Having a great Wednesday. Uh, the Knicks went up against the Cleveland Cavaliers 2 days ago. Um, it's a decent amount to talk about. A stressful loss. Gonna talk about Tibbs. Gonna talk about some new news about trades. All that good stuff. Salute to Andrew K in the chat. He said Hadouken Nation was good. Bodega Wi-Fi salute. All is well with you guys as well. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. Um, just to begin with, I'm gonna say that this game and starting on from now, like every game is a much needed win. Everything is a must win, no matter what it is. Every game is a must win from now on. Because if you didn't know, now you know we have the second toughest schedule in the league left over. And if you look at the schedule, almost every single game from now on forward is going to be nationally televised, either on ESPN, NBA TV, TNT, or ABC. So no, we really gotta get a little streak going on. Figure things out. Maybe a trade happens. So we shall see. Um, Salute to King Ruby in the chat. I see you. Salute. Salute. Give me a second. Alright, my bad. I had to check something real quick. Yeah, let me get right into the stats real quick over here. As you can see, the Knicks lost by 2 points to the Cleveland Cavaliers. 95-93. For the New York Knicks, RJ Barrett 9 for 16, 1 of 4 from 3, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, which is atrocious. 24, 5 and 4, along with 2 steals, and he only had 1 turnover. I'll talk about it a little later, but he had a good offensive game other than his free throws. Julius Randle, another poor shooting night for him. He missed 2 free throws as well. 18.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, along with 4 turnovers. He had an okay game. Nerlens Noel, who was starting in place for Mitchell Robinson, who was out, had 2 points, 13 rebounds. I didn't even know he had 13. 13 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Evan Fournier had another bad night, 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, 7 points, and nothing else. Kemba Walker, who again only played 20 minutes, went 4-8 from the field, only 8 points. Alec Burks, another donut for him. He had 3 points. 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Taj Gibson, 2 of 3 from the field, 6 points, 8 rebounds, along with 1 steal. He had a solid night. Quentin Grimes, who actually, along with RJ and Obi, helped us come back into this game really well with his energy and his 3-pointers. Had 4 for 7 from the field, 4 6 from 3. Made much needed baskets in order for us to come back. He had 12 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 block. Emmanuel Quickly, another poor shooting night, 1 of 10 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. Did, however, have 6 assists with only 1 turnover back-to-back games. Obi Toppin, who actually had a great game and I think deserved more minutes this game. 5 and 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. I don't remember the last time I've seen him hit 3 threes. I don't think he has ever hit 3 his career, but he had 3 threes. 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal, along with 2 turnovers. Salute to Still Knicks fan was good. Make sure to check him and John out on their channel as well if you haven't already. Make sure to do so. Let's see. Now let's go over to the. Oh yeah, and Cam Reddish, Miles McBride, and Jericho Sims got DMPs. Then you look over at the Cavs. Dean Wade, 4-8, 4-7 from 3. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. He had a good game. Evan Mobley, the rookie, had 15 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, along with 4 turnovers. He had a good game. Ed Davis, who played 16 minutes, he didn't really score. 17 minutes, he didn't really score that much. But, he was okay for the most part. Isaac Okoro, who was actually in the same draft as Obi Toppin, had 14.6 rebounds, 2 assists, along with 1 block. And, he shot 6 of 13. Solid night from him. He's been doing pretty good recently. Darius Garland had an off shooting night, but he did have a clutch 3 at the end of the game. 13 points, 2 rebounds, 12 assists, and 2 steals. But he did have 6 turnovers along with that. Kevin Love. Yes, Kevin Love. It looks like types of stats he would get in the Wolves days or when he won chips with LeBron, Kyrie. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. The third quarter, he killed us. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Cedi Osman was a 0 this game. He didn't do anything. Rajon Rondo, who they acquired from the Lakers for nothing. And we were actually part of that deal where we got Valentine and we just waived him. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, along with 2 turnovers. He went 3 or 4 from the field, 2 or 3. He had a good game. That's a Rondo type of game. Lamar Stevens, who's actually a solid player. I actually like him. 8 points and 2 rebounds. And then Windler, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Nothing crazy for him. Now let's look at the game charts. Quick, let me zoom out of it. Then we'll talk about the game. Salute to Justin L in the chat. What's good, Justin L? Salute. Love 20 points in 24 minutes. Yeah, it was just bad. How about that Grimes interview? I don't know what interview you're talking about. I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't watch it, to be honest. I didn't have the time. The biggest lead, as you can see, for the Knicks was 6 points, compared to 15. Compared to 15 for the Cavs. Knicks obviously lose by 2 points, but they also got out-rebounded by 6. The Cavaliers are a pretty high assist team, especially because Darius Garland averages like 8, and he's recently been getting like 10 assists every game for the last few games. But, it's a continued streak, like I said, of us having 20-plus assists a game. And as you can see in this game, we had 21, so that's good to see. But they did have 29. We got more steals than them. There's barely any blocks in this game, and they had more turnovers than us as well. We shot a little worse from the field, and we shot 5% less from the 3. But, the main thing that really killed us was the free throws. They missed 8 free throws, but we missed 10 free throws this game. And the free throws were a big factor for our L versus the Cavs. And this should have been a game that we could have won. You look at it, points in the paint were the same. Second chance points were about the same as well, but the Cavs had a 4-point upper hand. Fast break points was basically the same. So, you look at this Cavs game, you look at our record and our schedule. This was a very, very tough loss. Talking about it now, just look. It's irritating. Like, this type of game is really irritating because you had so many chances to win in this game, and you just let it slip away. The Cavs were up like 15, and then they were up about 15, and then the Knicks in the fourth quarter go on a 25 run. But then you have Randle, who takes a step back too. He misses. Then you get a Emmanuel Quickly crazy 30-footer that misses, which is a bonehead shot. Then you get Randle, who's dribbling the ball, and then with 6 seconds left, RJ is shooting a 3, which I don't think was a good shot at all. That he misses, and then the play call by Thibs at the end for Randle was a fadeaway shot. Like, it really doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm gonna be honest, it really doesn't. It was just a poor game overall. We didn't fight hard in the beginning, but later on you saw that we were coming back. We had a lot more energy and fight. They were starting to come back, and at the end of the day, they got the lucky. I'm not even gonna say lucky dagger because it was wide open, but they got the dagger with Darius Garland because we couldn't get an offensive rebound. I mean, a defensive rebound, and this is like a common like theme that happens a decent amount of time throughout Knicks games. Like we don't get the rebound. They get a second chance points that are really important, and then things like this happen. We lose the game. It's really tough to see. Shout out to people that are watching right now. Shout out to the people that are gonna watch on a replay. This one is gonna be this stream is gonna be a little short because I don't think there's not much to talk about, to be honest, except this game. My bad. There's not much to talk about this game, so I'm gonna cut this one like shorter. But we played the Heat today. Um, we played them at 7:30, and it's gonna be a tough matchup as well. But kind of going back over this game, um, you look at this game starting from the beginning. We come out. It was pretty even throughout the whole first quarter. Then going into the second quarter, they started to get the lead. Um, and then I'm pretty sure we were tied at the half. But the third quarter was the quarter that kind of killed us because that's the quarter that Kevin Love went off. Kevin Love made like three threes in a row. He was going crazy. Nobody was stepping up on defense. You got to blame Randall for that. Got to blame the switches for that. It was just not good defense all around. And in games like this, where you need a win, and the low energy that they showed in that certain time, which is horrible to see. Um, you know, Kevin Love has been doing better this year. He's starting to do better. He's been, looking more like himself. But us letting him with uncontested threes, especially some that were a little deeper, was just hard to watch because that's where they help. That's where they extended the lead. That's where it causes the most trouble because the momentum shifted in a complete like turn. It fully shifted, and just look at what's it called? Look at later on. I'm just happy that we were able to change the momentum because that run was very important for us. And missed free throws. I don't know how many times we have to talk about it. Like RJ needs to shoot like 2,000 free throws before this game. He should have shot at least 2,000. Like everyone needs a free throw coach because none of these guys have been hitting free throws consistently. It's a constant trend for the team to miss free throws. We're not shooting free throws well at all. Um, it's just not good all around. I don't like the way we're shooting. Um, the way that sometimes guys are just walking up the court and they're showing no effort in certain stints. So it's just really hard to watch. But they go off. I said we doubled Mobley the entire game. The Cavs answer was love. Yeah, I know you're right in that aspect, but it's like I don't think you should be doubling Mobley like that because he's not in that level right now. So they were just leaving Love completely wide open. I don't think it was a good thing to double Mobley. I know Mitch was not on the court. He was injured, but he's still a rookie. He still has things he has to figure out. So I don't think that was the right thing to do, in my personal opinion. Um, but yeah, we missed 10 free throws this game. RJ talked about it after. He talked about how um, he said that he shot 5 of 10. He kind of took accountability. He was talking about how, I'll make a few more free throws. We win this game. Um, so I hope to see that today because today is a really tough game. I'm gonna go over the schedule in a little bit, but today is a very very tough game. Um, you're going against the Heat, who are the number one seed, and it's just like I don't know what point. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't know what point we're gonna be at by the end of the season because of how tough the schedule is. we're in such a tough mode right now. Um, and we don't have everything clicking at all yet. The only bright side right now is RJ is actually playing um like he's playing really well. That's the only bright spot right now in the team. He's the only one playing well. Um, Randall has regressed tremendously. Um, we should have saw it coming in a certain aspect, but I did not think it would be as much of a drop off as it is right now at this moment. Salute to D-Raz, what's good? He said peace, peace, peace. Also, salute to you too. Um, and I just look at this game, and these like we had a few of these games already, like the Timberwolves game as well as one of them. Um, we have a few of these types of games where it's close games that we had the chance of winning, but free throws were a big factor into it. Some turnovers, some timely, costly turnovers, and you look back at these when you're in the end of the season, and maybe it might be a thing that changes your playoff spot and your playoff seeding, but we don't take control of the games. We're not able to really finish it off. Three capital R's, three capital J's. What's good, Frederick? He's saying RJ. Jermaine Royster, salute. He said peace to Duke, peace to the chat, peace to you too. Salute to you guys. Appreciate you guys for being here. Today is kind of a slow day with the Knicks news, but I think this game today, I kind of want to transition to actually, I'll talk a little more about this Cavs game because their best player, who is Darius Garland, he didn't have a good game. Whatever it is, besides the clutch three. I mean, he's always gonna get his assists, so I don't really worry about that. But he didn't really have a good game. And you let a guy in Kevin Love kill you this game, and you let him beat you, and that was the main thing that got me mad. Um, like I said, free throws, it's horrible to miss. Sincere the genius, salute. Free throws are horrible to miss. Because it's a constant trend. I don't like the guys need to hit their free throws no matter what. You can win some of these games with just hitting two more free throws because they've been missing like 10 plus free throws in multiple games, and it's just unacceptable as a team. How are you missing 3 points so often? It completely doesn't make sense at all. Then, um, you know, Randall, it's kind of tough because Randall is in such a weird place right now because of how like bad he's been playing that I don't know what the next step for the team with him is. I think it's a question mark right now. Um Kind of transitioning over to a little, I wouldn't say trade talk, but like some rumors. Jake L. Fisher talked about the Knicks a little. He's a guy apparently that's a little reliable. He called out the Kemba thing before it happened. He said that basically everyone on the Knicks is available to be traded. Um, they said that the Knicks are still very eager in trading for Brunson, and they also said that they're not that they're reluctant, but they're not really looking to full on trade Obi, which I'm a little confused about. I think that's more of a Leon Rose thing, but I don't know why. But they're looking to not trade him, which is interesting. I was a little confused about that, to be honest. I didn't expect that. I like playing these top teams. I like playing these top teams too. I'm excited but scared at the same time because I don't know how good we're gonna be. That's my problem right now. Kemba needs to sit and leave the ball in RJ's hands. Sincere, I've said this. Waive Kemba. I think we should waive Kemba. I think that's the best thing to do personally for the team, for Kemba, and for RJ. Because when you got Kemba on the court, it takes away from RJ's production and what RJ is and his development. That just is what it is. Um, Said I just keep imagining a Knicks team with two healthy fives and D Rose available. Kemba's on again, off again. Cycle hurts the whole offensive rhythm, flow, and sets. We still have problems, but availability is a big problem with the team right now. Just look at today. Noel is out, not out, but he's a questionable again. By the way, for everyone that doesn't know, Mitchell Robinson will be playing today, which is a plus. It's a plus that he's playing today. But our centers are coming and going. They're going out one game, coming back another, going out, coming back. It's just tough to see, and that hurts us. D Rose is probably gonna be back in a few weeks. I'll say like 3 weeks. He's gonna be back, but he still needs time to condition and get back into game shape when that happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's in game shape, but he's not gonna be at his fullest when he comes back. He's gonna need time to settle back into the lineup, settle back into game form. Um, all these things take into account. I doubt they're gonna waive him. Yeah, me too. But I feel like that's the best thing to do because he could get picked up by any team that really needs him instead of us trading him to a team that he doesn't want to. Then it's a bad look at the same time. Except Grimes, Noel is a cripple. Burks is an inconsistent player. Giving an inconsistent player an inconsistent role is not a recipe to create consistency either. Kemba is a big problem. I 100% agree. Personally, I didn't want to re-sign Noel. I mean, I didn't want to re-sign Noel. I didn't want to re-sign Burks. But, I look at Burks. I want to trade Burks personally. Even if he's given an inconsistent role, like I agree with that part, he is giving an inconsistent role. But at the same time, like he's not hitting shots either. Like he's like going games where he's like 1 for 10. He's like 0 for 4. He's like 0 for 7, 3 for 12. Like he has been terrible for the last 8-9 games, and it's on him. It's on the front office. It's on Thibs to a certain extent too because it's playing him in certain roles where he can't truly get comfortable in, and then he's getting asked to do different things. But that's just what's gonna happen, especially this season with so many protocols happening, all these things happening, a lot of people getting injured in and out. He's gonna be asked to do a little bit more, but my main thing is that he's just not hitting shots as well. Like he has been so bad with hitting shots, being able to consistently hit shots. Like, oh, never mind. Thibs. Okay, so Fred Cat said Nerlens Noel and Mitchell Robinson are both game time decisions. I thought they said that Mitch was available to go, but they say he's most likely available. So we gotta pray that he's good. But yeah, like I said, Burks. I think him or Fournier should be traded by the deadline, and I think that Kemba should be waived. That's what I think should happen. Kemba's on/off splits on offensive rating is -6.7 when on the court, and our opponent's offensive rating is +7.3 when he is on the court. Thank you for that stat. Yeah, I have seen a lot of that. That he hurts us technically in a way. Burks is my stepson. Chill. Pause. Okay. I don't know. I like all this Cam stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about Cam, but I feel differently about Cam. I like Cam. When Burks is giving you nothing, I'd rather play Cam because Cam can produce more than Burks in those minutes. He'll at least score. Like I'm telling you, Fournier has averaged 11.5 points or like 12 points, and he plays like 28 minutes, something like that. Cam Reddish can easily do that. And that's not even hard to say. Like Cam Reddish can easily do that, and I don't understand why there's no way that Cam can get in this rotation. I hope it's just one of those things where he's just there's a trade coming. A trade is about to happen, and then Cam is going to be able to play minutes because I think he could really help us as a team, and he could help in that second unit scoring wise. Like I like the combinations of, like, even though you guys know that I'm not the biggest fan of Grimes, I've said this before. I didn't want to draft him, but I do like he's a high floor, low ceiling type of player. Like he is what he is. Like in my eyes, he's like a 3-and-D player. He shows a lot of effort. He's a good defender. He could shoot the three very well. That's what he was scouted for and set out to be. He has to change after I think it was Arizona or Houston that he went to college as a point guard. He had to transfer and change his whole game up, and I respect him for that. But he's more of a 3-and-D in my eyes. But I like I don't know. Tell me how you guys feel about this. I like the combination of IQ, Grimes, Cam, Obi, and whoever at that 5. It doesn't matter in that second unit. And I think that would be good because to me, in my eyes, it really depends on who's on. IQ or Cam, who's on at that time, they get the ball a little bit more. I think Cam is really good in the pick and roll. You could do that a little depending on if Taj plays or Noel plays. You could do a little bit of that. And then at the same time, IQ can have his moments where he's the microwave player, which is what he mainly should be, a microwave player, and then he can have minutes at the PG, who he's mainly looking to distribute instead of just shooting. And I think that would be a good look for us, especially when you got Grimes and Cam who could both play defense. And I just think that just serves up for a good unit in that second lineup. Um, D-Rest said Grimes is a championship team help. Okay. Um, Not ripping on Burks. I'm mad at what keep changing his roles. Some of this might have to do with coming off the ankle injury too. I don't think Thibs plans on not playing Cam. No, I don't think he plans on not playing him, but I just think there's so many opportunities that Cam can play, and it just doesn't happen. Um, Another thing I was frustrated about last game too is that there's not like I think all of us have been saying this, and I've been saying this too. The only way Obi Toppin can increase his minutes is by either playing really good defense or by making his 3-pointers. And in the game, he went 3 for 4. You know, we were down in the fourth. RJ gets subbed in, and we automatically go on a run. RJ hits a tough layup. That's 2 points. Then right after he hits a three, then right after he gets a crispy pass to Obi for a three, and he hits a three. Then right after that, RJ hits another tough layup. Then he gets 2 free throws. There's just certain things I don't really understand with Thibs, rotations wise, because I do think that Obi did deserve minutes last game easily. I think like there's certain games where some people want Obi to play in, which I don't think he deserved to, but this is the type of game where he did everything he could and he still couldn't break more minutes. It's just confusing aspect to me personally. Um, yeah, I understand that Cam has to learn the offense, but he was also, I'm pretty sure, out for like a week and a half to two. I think it's more has to do probably with a trade. Maybe I think it might have to do with a trade coming to get him more minutes because I feel like the front office promised him minutes when he came here, but he did also Cam also did say himself that he's ready to fight for minutes. So that's something we're gonna look out for. But I do think today will be a good game for him to play. Um, to be honest, in my personal opinion. Yeah, but you know, looking at the rotations, like I said, Tibbs has been kind of off this season. Not this season, but recently he's been off on the way he has been with his rotations. Like I said, he's like off and on. He would have his stints where he has good rotations. You can't complain about maybe like one or two little things, but as of late, he's had one of those stretches where he's playing a guy like Burks who has been a zero in crunch moments or certain times instead of playing other guys who may be a better option at the time. Um, it's just something I don't think he's on the hot seat, but you gotta look a little more into it. See how we're gonna play. We got a tough schedule. I'm about to read out our schedule as well at the same time. I'm about to see it real quick. Let me pop it open right here. By the way, shout out to the people that are watching right now. Got 15 people in the stream. If you're watching in the replay as well, I appreciate you guys. Make sure to drop a comment. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. We are creeping up on 320 subscribers. I definitely appreciate you guys. But let me open this up real quick. Yeah, D-Rest, free Cam, 100%, free him. Let me go on the standings real quick. Let's look over the standings real quick. As you can see, let me zoom in. Damn, I wasn't zoomed in this whole time. Let me zoom in. Okay, so as you can see in the Eastern Conference, the team that we will be playing today is the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. 30-17. We're playing at their home. They're 16-5 at home. So this is gonna be a really tough game to play. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They just won last game they played, but either way, them being the 1 seed, this is a very, very tough game, and this is a little test as well. The only person I know that is out for them, the only two, is Kyle Lowry, who is out for personal reasons. Tyler Hero is back today. He's active, came out of protocols, and they have Markieff Morris, who is out, and he's been out since the Jokic incident a while back. Um, you got Chicago in there, who has been doing bad recently, mainly because of injuries. The Brooklyn Nets and the Bucks have been like decent as of late, but they're all basically tied for the first and second seed, along with the Cavs and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then you look at us, where we are at 11th. The Hawks are starting to creep up. Um, we just tied with the Wizards. By the way, that game yesterday, I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but the Wizards really choked the 35-point lead. I was on my way home. I was watching the Lakers game when I was at the gym, and I look at my phone. I see the Clippers are down 35 or something like that, and then I saw them creeping in a bit. I was like, watch them get a crazy game winner somehow, and they somehow got it. Luke Kennard went crazy. Shout out to him. It was a crazy win. Obi can rebound and play above the rim. To give you an idea on the difference between Kemba and others, IQ on and off splits when he is on the court. Our offense rating is plus 7.3. Our opponent offensive rating is negative 9.6. That's in a shooting slump. D Rose plus 2.4 and negative 6.6. Solid. Okay. Salute to D Coolest. I see my guy. What's good? Hope all is well with you. But as you can see here, um, the Celtics have been doing better recently. They're on a low win streak. The Hawks are on a 4 game. They always find a way to do this. Um, the Wizards were tied with, so we could get into that 10th spot today if we win. Um, and every single loss we get is closer to the Hawks taking us over. The Raptors are not too far away because they're only 1 game over 500. Celtics as well. It's like pretty close. There's a little difference between us and the Hornets, like a 3 game difference. But other than that, the Knicks come to the Raptors, to that 8 seed right there, is not that many losses and wins. So that is the spot that we gotta be at. My personal opinion. The East is really tough right now. You look at them compared to the West. Oh, the seedings kind of have more wins over here in the West. I mean, in the East compared to the West, they've been pretty much better, I guess, except like the top seed wise, because the top wins in the East is 30, but over here is 37. The Phoenix Suns. Then you got the Warriors, and you got the Grizzlies, who have been amazing this year. But yeah, let me show our schedule now, because that's what I was going to do. Let me see the full schedule. So, of course, as you can see over here, this is the schedule. This is today on ESPN. I told you we're gonna play multiple games like on ESPN. There's gonna be a lot on ESPN. This game is on ESPN. It's against the Heat, and I don't know if we win this game. I'm worried about this game. I'm really worried about this game. I don't know if we win. They got it's kind of crazy because you look at Eric Spoelstra and you look at the Heat organization as a whole, and they always seem to find gems. I know that Kendrick Nunn is injured right now. Of course, Kendrick Nunn is injured, but you look at a guy like him. He was undrafted, and they picked him up in the 2019 draft. He ended up being a 15-point per game scorer for them, who is now in the Lakers injured. Then they got Duncan Robinson that same year, who was 26, 27, and they got him as a sharpshooter. And they made a big playoff run and a finals run with him, even though they lost. And all right, and then my bad, someone came home. And then you look at Duncan Robinson. He got a bag now. He's kind of not having his best year. You got to watch out for him. But that's another guy that they picked up. Then you look at but then they got year 7, who has been another gem when Bam was out. I watched him in the summer league. Um, I saw him a little bit earlier on. I saw like he had like a 90 and like 30 game, something like that crazy. A few years back, I looked through his resume. He was like nasty. Like he's a nice big man, and he was cooking in the summer league. And I was kind of like wondering if he was gonna be picked up by the team, and they ended up picking him up when Bam Adebayo went out for 6 to 8 weeks, and he was like breaking records. He was like getting 15 rebounds like 4 or 5 games in a row. Um, I know Justin L was talking about him before. He said in the chat just now too. He was getting doubles nonstop. Um, then you got, yeah, Bodega said it too. T-Res said win. Then you look at guys like Gabe Vincent, um, who I didn't really know much about. I saw him in the summer league as well, but he wasn't really popping off crazy, but he was doing decent. But he now is like a sharpshooter for them, and he's scoring points when guys like Tyler Hero are out, even when he's in the game. Um, when Jimmy Butler was absent, these guys were going off. You got guys on their team who barely got playing time on the Charlotte Hornets, and Caleb Martin. Um, he's been going on a scoring, I want to say a scoring streak, but he's been a good role player for them. They're getting guys that weren't getting minutes before, were undrafted, and they're putting them in a role where they're actually succeeding and they're becoming good role players. Um, and the last one, Max Struss, who was cooking with Yurt 7 in the summer league when I watched. He was making clutch threes. He was making three after three mid ranges. He doesn't finish that much. He's more of that sharpshooter microwave type of guy, that has a little dribble and wiggle to him. But he was cooking, and he's like 24, I think 25, and they're getting a role with the Heat, and they're doing well. And those are guys we got to look out for today. Um, let me talk about this Heat game first, before I continue on to the rest of the schedule. But I expect a tough game. Um, I hope, like I don't know if you guys have realized too, but I've realized that RJ and Randall have none of them have really done good against the Heat. In the last 2 years, they haven't done good against the Heat. So I'm very interested to see both of them play. I hope both play well. I hope RJ continues to have his streak of being great, because he's been really good recently, and I hope he hits his free throws as well. He must have an elite shooting coach. Yeah, they definitely must have a elite shooting coach, scouting team, all that stuff. They definitely do. And they have an elite coach as well, just in general. Um, but yeah, Jimmy Butler, he's been playing really well. He's an all star this year easily. He's gonna go up against RJ. I don't say RJ is Jimmy Butler, but there's just some things that remind me of Jimmy Butler in his game. So it's gonna be interesting to see um the student go against the master in a sense. I'm really interested to see how it is. Um Randall usually struggles against Bam, so that's something I don't, especially with Randall regressing so far. It's gonna be interesting to see him go against Bam. I don't know if he puts up a fight. I don't know if he does too well, but I hope they do well. I hope we show out. Like, I'm not taking no moral victories. I don't care about moral victories at all anymore. Like, it doesn't matter this season. Like, this season, I have not cared about any moral victories. Last season, it was different, but this season, I don't care about it at all. Salute to Dan Jones. He said, "Yeah, Heat has shooters I've never heard of." Yeah, they got a lot of hidden gems. Um, but yeah, you gotta watch out for Tyler Hero. He's coming off of protocols, but he's active. Off the bench, he's even though he comes off the bench, he plays like 30 minutes a game. He takes like 19 shots a game. He's having a good season. He's averaging like 20 and a half points on like 38% from three and like 42 from the field. So you gotta watch that as well. He could randomly just heat up. He's that type of guy to heat up. So you gotta watch for that too. Um, Kyle Lowry out, so you don't have to worry too much of him. Like, he's not been really much of a scorer this year. Um, like he's taking more on that CP3 type of role. Not as good obviously because Kyle Lowry's not no CP3, but he's been taking a really good role in that type of CP3 role for the Heat, getting a lot of assists, finding guys, setting Tyler Hero open. Jimmy Butler has done well with that as well. And the undrafted guys as well, he's done really good with that. Um, I'm looking at the bench unit. Their bench unit, like I said, they got Dwayne Dedman also off the bench. He's solid. They got a solid bench unit. I'll say our bench unit might actually. I don't know if our bench unit is better. I feel like no matter what, they have a deeper starting lineup than ours easily. Don't forget they have PJ Tucker as well, who's a tough defender. He's gonna be on RJ and Randall. He's a tough defender. You're gonna have to watch out for him in that corner where he loves to sit and shoot threes, and then he goes on your best. He goes usually on the best guy or the small forward slash power forward. He guards them. That's gonna be tough. Um, like stuff like that. Randall might show up tonight since it's on ESPN. I hope so. Tyler can get hot quick if Walker is playing tonight. Our backcourt defense will get murdered. I agree. I think our backcourt defense will get murdered, but I don't think Tyler Hero's not going to start, so I don't think you have to worry about him playing with Kemba in front of him. It will most likely be Burks who's guarding him or RJ, depending on if RJ staggered into that second lineup, which we have been seeing recently. So I do think um, someone off the bench has to heat up. I feel like Emmanuel quickly, especially since he's been doing bad shooting wise, he's due for a gig, like a hot game, like a game where he goes crazy. I'm hoping this is one of those games because we need one of those. I'm looking at Grimes to, who actually Grimes is most likely the one that's gonna guard Tyler Hero. I'm looking at him. Um, don't fall for the pump fakes. Put your hand in his face. Don't foul too much because he's been getting some BS calls recently. So I hope that's one thing he can do. Because I've loved the way Grimes has been showing effort on defense and the way he's been active. So that's one thing for that. And we need him to shoot the threes in the second unit as well. Um, Burks. I don't know. Burks has just not been good the last 8 games, like I've said, especially offensively. So this is a game he could do a little something as well. I think this is a game where you can give Cam Reddish minutes. I hope Tips does, like give him like 15 minutes, see how he does, because I think we really need his scoring for today, especially. Um, this team is gonna play a lot of zone. So you're gonna need a zone breaker. They start trapping early, especially. So the ball handler is gonna get trapped early, as you saw last year. RJ was getting trapped right away in the game. IQ was getting trapped right away in the game. So we're gonna need to hit our 3 pointers in the corner. Whenever we get an open three, we gotta hit them. We gotta let it fly. We need our zone breaker, which we've been using RJ decently. In that zone breaker, I need RJ to shoot some mid ranges to help break that as well. Especially with D Rose out, we don't have a true zone breaker. So it's going to be tougher. Grimes is going to lock up here, hopefully. Um, but yeah, I think this is going to be a close game no matter what. We always play close games against them. But that's basically it for the Heat. I really need us to win this game. I really do. But as you can see, let me go back to the schedule. Um, the Knicks against the Heat, this is a very tough game. Um, there right after, sorry, right after you got us playing the Bucks. The Bucks I think is a L personally. That's too tough game for the Knicks to play. To be honest, it's on ESPN as well. At Milwaukee. Then we got the Kings, who is one of the most likely wins. They just got cooked by 50 points as well, so that's something to look at. That's our most likely win coming up. Then we got Memphis on ESPN. Yeah, Memphis has been really good recently, especially this season with and without Ja. No matter what, they've been playing really good. So that's something to look at as well. Um, I think this is a game we might win, to be honest, even though they have been playing so good. I don't know when Dylan Brooks is coming back because he's injured. Desmond Bain is in protocols right now. I don't know when he's coming back. He might be back by this game, but this is a game that I see us winning just because I feel like we play really well against Memphis no matter what. Show a lot of energy. This might be a game we win. Um, The Lakers on ABC is a 50-50, especially with AD just back. Then you got the Jazz. You just look at this. The Jazz, another tough game. This is the West Coast trip right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is all. None of these are at home at all. So get ready. You're gonna verse the Memphis Grizzlies. Then you got the Lakers. Then you got the Jazz. Then you got the Nuggets. Then you got the Warriors. Then you got the Blazers, who should be a win. Then you got the OKC Thunder, who should be a win, but you never know. Then you got the Nets, the Heat again, the Sixers. Yo, this schedule is really tough. Um, just look at it; it's really tough. Fabulous Dre salute says, "Shout out Duke, we should be over 500. We should be, but we aren't right now. 50 points. Wow. What do you mean 50 points? What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. I just have to take it one game at a time. I agree. You have to take it one game at a time, but you look at our schedule and you look at how the team has been playing. It's really hard, um, to see if our team is gonna win or not. Why they have a high odds? Oh, there's odds for the game. I don't even see it. Okay, interesting. But yeah, that's basically the schedule. It's gonna be a tough schedule. Tough schedule. Um, yeah. So, you know, go to the preview real quick. He continues homestand streak win versus the Knicks. As you can see, these are the last games we played against them throughout the years. 2019, I'm not looking at 2019, but 2020, we beat them by 3. Then we lost by 6. Then we lost by 2. Then we lost by 10. They've been fairly fairly close games, like I said before. Um, we do got to take it one game at a time, but these are all mainly tough games. Um, but yeah, that's basically all it is, I guess, for today. Um, like I said, this is gonna be a short one. Not really too much to talk about. Probably talk about more next time. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys in the chat. Appreciate the people in the replay. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and make sure to comment to help out with the algorithm. But appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.